Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We need to have a roll call. Ms. Harris, will you help us with that? Beautiful. Thank you. We have an agenda before us. We do have a little item of during public participation, but we won't add that to the agenda, and we'll just have that fall in line under the public participation, that drawing. So we won't need to add anything to the agenda, I don't think, anyway, unless somebody wants to, but without that change, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as it's been prepared.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion on the motion? No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, are there any opposed? We've got the minutes for January 16.
February.
Or, I'm sorry, yes, February 16, thank you. February 16, I get to reading two things at once here tonight. Is there any changes or discussion regarding those February 16 minutes? If not, we'll acknowledge those as they've been prepared and go to the work session minutes for February 23rd. Same thing there. Any concerns regarding those? If not, we'll acknowledge those as well, and we'll go on to the bills. I think on your screens you've got the warrant register for today's date on it. Any questions, comments, concerns? Is there a motion? Did somebody have a question? Is there a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Perks for the motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Sellers with a second. Is there any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Council comments. Mr. Lynch, what do you have for us tonight?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Wiley, welcome back.
Thank you. And I have nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Perks.
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Willing?
I don't have anything tonight, Your Honor.
Mr. Sellers.
I gotta keep the tradition. So first off, I'd like to tell Mr. Barker, happy engineering week and glad to have you on board. Thanks for the. It was actually last week, but you know, we had
Candy.
it wasn't more the council comments. And then I'd like to have, if you can have time and pull up the graph and see how dramatically the graph is dropped over the last cases of COVID. It's really interesting, and I'm looking forward to the time that we can follow the example of Mississippi and Texas today and dropping all the mandates. And the best two economies in the nation are South Dakota and Florida, and they never really had any. So I'm hoping we can get some gain from that and things can come back.
Thank you. Very good. Willing.
I don't have anything tonight, Your Honor.
Thank you. I don't think I have anything to add as well. We have no hearings or special orders. We do have a consent agenda item, a parade route request. The Runners High Half Marathon. Is there anyone representing that marathon here? Come up and tell us how do we sign up?
Are you gonna sign up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If we have.
It's only half a marathon, yeah.
Yeah, it's only half.
I hear they're working on the web page still.
It's almost up. It's So if you need my name and address or anything, my name's Nathan Fruity.
Okay.
I live at 228 Rimrock Drive, Evanston, Wyoming. I'm here representing the High Uinta Athletics Association. It's a newly formed nonprofit we created to put on some racing and endurance events. We did this last year when COVID shut everybody's races down. And so we had a friends and family race from Sulphur Creek into town. A lot of people asked us if they could, so we're putting it on again. And we're just requesting a parade route like we did last year to help get the participants. Start Sulphur Creek again and run through Front Street, make a right under the underpass and go into the Bear Park. Make one loop around the Bear Meadows and that'll be it. So we'll have a website up where you can register probably by the end of the week. And we'd love to see everybody there.
Same route as last year. My wife and I drove out and kind of,
Yeah.
we didn't run, but we drove and we followed a few people, watched a few people, but it was fun.
Yeah, we're gonna do this, it'll be the exact same route. We are gonna do a 5K. So 5K will start right about the city limits and run in on the same course. We're gonna get people from Utah and Idaho to come and participate as well. So we're hoping for about 250 participants this time.
Cool. Was there any issues as far as the city goes last year, Ken? Anybody know of any problem? I don't think we had any problems. I just wondered if we learned something last year that we need to take into consideration this year or not.
I don't recall any problem.
Beautiful. Any questions for Mr. Preet before we move on? Entertain a motion to approve our consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Mr. Otley, Mr. Welling seconding. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there any opposed? You're good to go. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
We have no unfinished business. We do have a little bit of new business, and we'll start there with Resolution 2109. Mr. Bull, you read that title for us, please.
This resolution of the governing body authorizes the execution of the Third Amendment and the real estate lease with option to purchase entered into with Clean Energy in California Corporation.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, this is a two-year extension on the lease that we have with Clean Energy Corporation in the city-owned 62,000 square foot facility in our Union Center Business Park. There will be an increase in monthly rent from $7,000 a month to $7,500 for the first 12 months, and $8,000 for the remaining 12 months of the lease.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on this particular lease before we move on? Is there an introduction?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
Mr. Lynch with a motion to pass. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Sellers? Second. Discussion. There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye. 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 Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you. And we'll go on to Resolution 2110. Mr. Bull, will you read that title for us, please?
This resolution of the city authorizes execution of a building access agreement with Quest Corporation, DBA CenturyLink. It's to provide communication services, building lease to Wyoming, I said Wyoming Northstar Incorporated, but it should be Clean Energy.
Okay. Other than that, nothing changes though, right? I read through that earlier and so I guess we can make that change after the fact if it's approved,
I
correct?
don't have my information.
Okay.
The original lease was with Wyoming Northstar, but they've been out of the picture now for a number of years. You would think I would have picked that up.
I guess we all could have. I read it myself and I didn't, so yeah, we're good. Is there anything there, Mr. Neal, you?
This is about the building access agreement.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is giving permission for CenturyLink Quest, because they're corporate name, permission to access the facility that Clean Energy Corporation, Northstar, leases from us so they can get their internet service. It's for a term of 5 years initially with the option for them to extend that 2 additional times at 5 years of time. Sorry. Very well put together. 2 additional extensions at 5 years apiece.
Okay. Okay. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling with a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Perks with a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just got one question. Have they bought access to that conduit that was already in there, or are they putting in the new conduit?
I'm not sure what the status of that.
Maybe Dean Barker could probably help us with that one. I know that's been we've been working with him on that for a little bit too, I guess.
Just curiosity.
Sure, no, good question.
The intent is to purchase the entire conduit. That's how they're moving forward with their engineering and their design, but they have not pulled the trigger on that yet. I have not seen any agreements or anything in writing that says that they're pulling the trigger on that. But it makes sense for them to purchase that. So
they may just be waiting on us.
they're not waiting on us right now. They are waiting on their acquisition department or department to make the agreement. The engineer's a little frustrated because it hasn't been done yet. He keeps asking me, they've contacted me yet, and they haven't. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any further discussion? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, is there any opposed? That's approved. Resolution 2111, Mr. Bowley, read that title for us, please.
And this resolution of the city authorizes the execution of an agreement with professional services with Gateway Mapping Inc. is to provide geographical information systems services for the Evanston Cemetery.
Ms. Lamb, please. Thank you, Mr. Bowley.
If you remember when we did the budget last year, we budgeted to convert our cemetery records over to digital, so they'll all be online. And it's interesting that we're using Gateway Mapping, who was also working on our GIS equipment with the engineering department. They call it spatial generations on here, but it's called Names in Stone when you pull up the actual website. If you want to see what it looks like, Heber City has the same program. You can see who's buried in a space, you can see what spaces are open. It'll make our maps electronic. It's a very good thing to have. And in looking at the contract, one thing to note is there is a yearly fee of $1,200. That's included in this contract to begin with, but next year we'll have to pay that. And he has taken off $800 off the one that's in your packet because of the work Timber Erickson has already done in the cemetery, so.
Excellent.
I think it'll be a really good thing to have.
I think this will make our cemetery a little more, I guess that just struck me as funny as I thought about that, make it a little more user-friendly. Got a good, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I think this will.
Yeah, right now we've got.
Dying to get into the cemetery.
What's that?
People are dying to get.
Yes, they are.
Let's be able for anybody in the public.
Yes, anybody in the public can go on, and it's got links to other websites like ancestry.com and different things, so yes.
Find a
So
grave.
what's the difference between this and finding grave or those?
I don't think
Because
Find a Grave doesn't tell you the specifics of who's in the grave and the spaces that are available.
it doesn't tell the spaces that are available, but like, I looked up my great grandma and stuff who's right out there.
I think Find a Grave just takes pictures of the headstones.
I don't think it has anything to do with the cemetery specific. It'll just tell you.
Survey
Yeah.
maps and everything, so we have all the spaces in there.
That'd be
And then
great.
there will be some work for our staff to do, like if there's 2 people buried in one space, like we can have 3 names in one space. We're gonna have to do a little work with that. He said we would be able to do that, so it wouldn't cost us any more.
Awesome.
You're gonna be able to access through the city website?
Yes, we'll have a link from the city website where you can just go on to that.
Awesome.
I think it's excellent. I think it's great.
I think
Like it.
Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass. I'll second.
Mr. Welling, second. Discussion. Discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, are there any opposed? It's approved, thank you. Comments from departments. Mr. O'Neill, you got anything more for us tonight?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Barker? Ms. Lim, anything more? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Ehlers? Mr. Bowl? Okay. Public participation, we do have
public
please
participation.
take us away, Mr. Lynch.
It is time for our annual fundraiser for the Crime Stoppers Reward Bank. And we have 300 tickets from the community had bought, and it'll be a 50-50 drawing. The Crime Stoppers Reward Bank gets half the money, and the rest we're gonna have 3 lucky winners tonight. And the first one we'll draw is gonna be the third place, which is $100. Second place is $400. And the grand prize is $1,000, kind of neat, but we do appreciate what the community does for the Crime Stoppers and the assistance we get from the Evanston Police Department. And we do have this year's chair out in the audience. I thank Lexi for being here tonight.
Excellent. You gonna do our drawing?
Huh?
Are you gonna do our drawing?
No, you are. I'm gonna hold the bucket.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna hold the bucket.
You're gonna hold the bucket.
Get him.
All right. Here's for third prize.
All right.
You can draw all three.
Gotta find a good one.
Kent Williams.
Shane Gobble
Oh,
for $100. Okay.
Excellent.
For $400.
yeah, all right.
So Ruth,
Just don't grab my.
just don't pull yours.
Tracy Smith.
Oh,
Very nice. And $1,000.
sure. All right, Michael.
Pressure's on. Carry right.
Excellent.
Very right.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent.
Give me the
Thank you.
We have first place is Perry Wright.
Let me have those so I can write on them.
Second place Tracy Smith. Third place Shane Gobble.
All right, Goble.
Goble.
Right, thank you for the assist.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, everybody that
Yes,
participated in supporting the local Crime Stoppers.
thank you. Thank you to everyone. Excellent. We're still in public participation, I guess. Is there anyone here from the public that would like to address the council for any reason? I saw you raise your hand. You must have been talking to Diane, though. I didn't know. Okay. If not, I guess we'll adjourn.
Carrie Wright.